Hi, everybody. Anyway, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about politics. Half of you defriended me on Facebook, so I got you trapped now. All right, anyway, thanks everybody for coming.
Welcome, thanks for having me.
Hope you're all having a good time. Carol?
Sometimes.
Not easy throwing a party for you because your birthday's on Christmas, but a month and a half late, probably made it more of a surprise today. Anyway, so sorry, I'm out of breath. Emphysema. Let's see, where are we? Yeah. Let's stick to the script. So anyway, I spent a lot of money on the party. I don't have them. I spent a lot of money on the party. So, but I got something. Not much, but I did what I could do. So, come and open it.
Did you build it?
Is anything going to pop out?
Just open the gift.
It's not a Jack in the Box.
All right. The thing is suffocating. Hurry up.
Don't even say
Another dog.
It's a bird.
It's not a walk, is it?
At my age, I am clearing.
Okay. So anyway, for any of you that don't know, Carol was born in Queens. Came from a pretty big family, 5 boys, 4 girls. So it was like survival of the fittest. It taught her to be strong and fight back and helped prepare her for the world. She had to fight just to get her fair share of food. She became very independent, and when she was a teenager, she went to work in Alexander's department store as a sales girl, and slowly worked her way up to a manager, and then a clothing buyer, and a great clothing buyer at that. She had to go up against men that treated her like a girl. She dealt with sexism, but she can compete with intimidating CEOs of big companies.
Well, wait. We all know what I look like, so we had no problem.
I have a return from Alexander.
Good luck. And she could always get exactly what she wanted. She always was the one in control, and she got what she wants because she was focused, she was demanding, she's a strong woman, and she doesn't back that down from anybody. And somehow or another, she winds up having them wrapped around her finger. So, she also always had integrity and can't be bought. And the people that she dealt with every day knew that. So she's very well respected throughout the clothing industry. She brought a department that was doing $5 million a year when they gave it to her, up to $60-something million in a year in less than 3 years. She's simply the best at what she does. But she never forgot where she came from, and also has a soft side, especially when it comes to homeless or the elderly. So I'll be waiting for Carol to get off the bus or to come out of a store when we're shopping. And I'm never surprised when she comes to the car with an elderly woman and says, "Joe, say hello to Gladys." We're giving her a ride home. And after we help Gladys into her house with her packages and get back in the car, I'll say, "So how do you know Gladys?" And she's like, "What are you talking about? I just met her in the store." So, Carol's the reason why we started a nonprofit Christmas display and we raise money for charities, but she never wants any recognition for it. She stays out of the spotlight and lets me take all the credit for it. So there's a saying, a good marriage usually results from each partner thinking of themselves second, and she's selfless. Carolyn, huh? Stop. Carol and I are together 17 years now. I'm not sure how many of you noticed, but I went through great heights to meet her. I met her while I was up on an 8-foot ladder.
Reaching new heights.
Carol was a customer of a guy that worked for me, and he asked me to come help him paint her ceilings. And when I went there, Carol and I were immediately attracted to each other, but I didn't come on to her because she was my friend's customer, and I respected that.
Where does Carlos fit into this?
Well, the whole year went by, and during that time, I would always drive down her street, and on my way home from work, hoping to run into her by accident. And I thought about ringing her bell, but I didn't want to appear creepy, you know. So
I wasn't even here.
well, I didn't know that.
I moved to South Carolina.
So, but anyway, as fate would have it, I got a call from my friend who had now moved to Florida, and he told me that all her ceilings were peeling. And he asked me if I could go by there and repair them for him. When I went back there, the attraction between us was still as strong as before, and I asked her out to dinner. And before I could even get the words out of my mouth, she said yes. So,
Wait. Our first date was meeting his whole family.
so we started dating, and the rest is history.
The whole
It's been a lot of great times for us so far. The best part, of course, is Joey. He continues to bring us joy, make us laugh, amaze us, and make us proud every day. The only thing I'd change is to have met her a little bit earlier in life. You're the kindest person anybody will ever know. And certainly the best thing that ever happened to me. You taught me to be more giving because you're the most selfless person alive. Everyone else always comes first. You taught me to say I love you often. That's how we begin and end every day together. Whether we're arguing or not, and God knows I'm not going to win the argument anyway, so nobody wants to be in your way when you're having one of your moments. On her bad days, around her office, everybody warns each other, stay away from Donegan, she's on her broomstick. But you also have a funny side and a great sense of humor. You're very quick-witted, and you come up with the funniest things. It's amazing. You also do some of the funniest things without even trying. When Carol first moved to Brooklyn, she was scared to take the bus or the subway into the city, so she drove her car every day, but she didn't know how to get there. So she followed the city bus and made all the stops along with the city bus. She was very resourceful. She also worked a lot of hours, and I'd have to call her and tell her it's time to stop working, come home, you know, it's 11 o'clock at night. She'd go to sleep when it was dark, wake up when it was still dark, so she'd be a little disheveled in the morning. One time, when we still lived in Brooklyn, Carol was getting ready for work in the dark, so she wouldn't disturb me. And then she left for work. And I got a call from her a few hours later asking me to please bring her either her brown shoe or her black boot. Because she mismatched them. And she didn't notice it, somebody else noticed it. You know, I could see mismatching 2 shoes or 2 boots, but one of each. You notice you were a little lopsided. Just a lot of fun to be around. So when Carol and I first started dating, we were sitting on her couch in her apartment in Canarsie watching a movie, and I'm sitting there. Carol's got her head on my lap watching the TV, and we only know each other probably 2 weeks, and I think I cooked her dinner that night, and I felt a little gassy, and I'm squeezing the hell out of my cheeks, and something happened. There was no noise. But she lifted her head up, turned around, and looked at me, and goes, "Did you just fart on my head?" So I turned beet red, of course, and both of us just started laughing together like crazy. And I think that's when we realized we were going to be together a long time. I got a lot more stories like that, but I'll spare you. So when Joey turned 4, we decided we wanted to raise him in a small town away from the city, and Carol's mother, brother, and sister lived in the Poconos. So, and it looked like a good place for him to go to school, so we moved to Newfoundland, and Carol thought it would be a good idea for one of us to stay home and raise Joey, and being that she had a more stable job and the medical insurance. Something happened here. Any more papers around? Okay, we chose me. I loved my home improvement business, but the home economic skills my mother taught me were going to finally come in handy. And so the commute for Carol got to be a little too much, and she got an apartment in Brooklyn, and we would only see each other on the weekends. But it's actually a great thing. I recommend it for any marriage. Every Friday when she comes home, we're really happy to see each other. It's like she's visiting for the holidays, and we have a big feast. And we spend just about every minute together over the weekend. Our relationship never gets old. We get to have family time together. Well, whether we're eating, watching a movie, or doing a jigsaw puzzle, she just brightens up the whole atmosphere of the house when she comes home. So you are what makes the house a home. And to show you how much you mean to me and Joey, here's an adjective for every letter of the alphabet to describe you. A, you're accomplished. B, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
C, you're charitable. D, devoted. E, energetic. F, faithful. G, gorgeous. H, humble. I, inspiring. J, joyful. Hold on. I wet my whistle. I had to wet my whistle. We were up to joyful, right? Okay.
H was what?
Joe, what was H?
H was humble. She's very humble. K, kind. L, loving. M, magnificent. N, nice. O, observant. P, precious. Q, quick-witted. R, remarkable. S, selfless. T, terrific. U, there it is. Understanding? Yes, understanding. V, vibrant. W, wholesome. X,
Exotic.
X. Well, nobody knows this. Carol's like a really excellent xylophone player. Couldn't think of one for X. Y, youthful, and Z, full of zest. I love you very much and appreciate you more. And you'll never know. And happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Carol! We love you!